Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Welcome to Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab. I'm Grant.
I'm Brad.
And thank you for listening to this amazing podcast during your quarantine.
See, I was going to go, we are the children of your quarantine.
Oh, okay. Both work. I mean,
but you know what? We had the same idea.
Yeah.
Same principle.
I mean, I put two puns into it. You only put one, but that's okay.
You did put two. All right. I'll give you, you know what? Credit where credit's due.
Yeah. Other than like fucking living in Groundhog Day, how you doing?
I am living in Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
The only thing I do is hike and sit at my house.
Yeah.
Which I like hiking. I've always been a huge hiking fan for the last 10 years or so. But it's hard to even convince people Brandy to go somewhere real far because there's no bathrooms open anywhere.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't even think about that. And I don't know if that's just being a guy or not, but we're doing the same thing. Like Abby planned out like every Saturday for the next like month, we have a new park that we've never been to and they keep getting farther and farther away. And then she realized that, yeah, she can't use the bathroom if she has to.
No. And it's you know, we've done a few things and I've had ticks on me. I've had two ticks. So watch out for ticks.
Okay. Yeah, I got yelled at because we went to one. We went to a park and saw an eagle, and Abby wanted to walk towards it. She's like, "We can't," and I didn't even put that together. And I started like running towards it, and then she yelled at me and then made me check for ticks like instantly.
Yeah, I had one in me, and I didn't realize it till next morning, and all of a sudden I was like, "What the fuck?" My leg hurts, and right away I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I couldn't see it because it was like behind my knee.
Yeah.
Brandy digging this fucking tick out of my leg was horrendous.
Which I don't even think that I've ever had one on me.
I never had one until a couple of years ago, and I had one after a campfire here. But it was just I took it right off, fresh on there. But this one was on there for a good 15 hours. Luckily, I started to freak out a little bit. Then I read like the CDC, and it's like Lyme disease takes about 36. It seems like is in most cases. So, and I don't have the red ring of death yet. No, still don't have it. So I should be good. I think I'm outside of that because this was like 3 weeks ago. So I think I'm outside of that zone. We'll see though.
The super fun part for me is that I busted a blood vessel in my eye. I know you can't see it, but so half of my right eye is just complete, like where the white usually is, it's just completely
just
red. So I'm wearing, so like at the store, I'm wearing this mask and I have a half red eye. And so it's just like, people are looking at me like, should you be out, buddy? And I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, dude, that's not good. You're like quarantine curly.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened with your eye? What, you laughed too hard or something?
I don't know. I know we just did a shoot. And I had a lot of gear pushing it uphill. I'm wondering if some type of strain. I don't know. I don't know what makes it bust. Like it just turned red. Like there's no pain. I didn't hit it, so it just showed up one day, and I didn't even know it. Somebody had to point it out to me that my eye was red.
Okay.
But yeah, I've never had one before. Like so, this is all new to me. But it did fucking scare the shit out of me when I saw it. Like it's blood red.
Oh yeah. When I've had some issues with my eyes, and any time that happens, you're just like, it's awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my vision's always been perfect, but I've just had some like weird hair, your eyes red, and I forget what I actually had was called uveitis or something like that. But scary shit.
I know you want to move on, but what you just said made me laugh because Abby says the same shit. I think that whoever created the test for eyes makes everybody sound like an asshole because she said the same thing like, my eyes are perfect, but like you don't mean it like that, but that's what they tell you. They're like, you have perfect eyesight.
Yeah.
So whenever you say it, you just sound like an asshole.
I think that my vision is actually better than 2020.
Ooh.
I know. I don't know if that's really possible, but I think it is.
You got super sight.
Yeah, I do. I have fucking super sight. Look at the eyes on Brad. Yeah. I'm watching Pulp Fiction right now.
All right. So you go first with your updates. Any updates?
Fucking you know what? I really didn't keep a proper list this time. I feel as though I haven't really watched much. I feel like I did watch one horror movie, but I can't even think about what it was. Unfortunately, I'm even trying to kind of like look right now. But I think I got kind of out of it for a minute, and I was ready to just watch some other shit. Um, I watch a lot of Star Wars. I
Okay.
watched Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. The next one, what's that called? What's it called?
I think it's the Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. I was
Right?
about to say Dark Knight Rises, but I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah.
And then I watched The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking been Star Wars up. You know what? I it's in my old age. I didn't mind Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, or Revenge of the Sith. I liked them all.
I still
I'm just
hold
older
something-
now, and I just don't care as much.
Yeah, and I still hold something against Attack of the Clones. Like I don't really want to watch it, but I do like Phantom Menace. But I've always liked Phantom Menace. I didn't know why it got so much hate.
I really liked and I already knew I liked Revenge of the Sith, but man, when Obi-Wan and Vader are there, and Vader is down on the ground and he's pretty much dead, and Obi-Wan's like, "You were the chosen one, Anakin." Fucking so good.
Yeah.
I loved it. Ewan McGregor makes those movies for me, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, and him as Obi-Wan, perfect. But yeah, I really like it. I like them, except the one thing I'll say is they really look like a cartoon a lot of the time.
It does. I mean, the first three, they do it up a lot. Like he finally got his hands on that technology and fucking went overboard. And that's one of the reasons why I hate Attack of the Clones, because of how cartoony it looks. Attack
of the Clones is definitely the worst of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked them all. And then the last time I watched The Last Jedi, I really didn't like it. This time I was fine with it. You know, I still didn't like some stuff. And then The Rise of Skywalker, I really liked this time. Like I would watch the movie again.
Okay. Yeah, I still haven't seen that one.
It was good, but the first time I was like, it was almost too like Jedi. You know how they like wrap things up in a nice little bow?
Yeah.
Little bit like that, and I was a little bit against it when I first saw it, because it's just like, well, not everything needs to happen like that.
Yeah.
But you know, watching it again in the comfort of my own home, I guess I was just like, yeah, why not? Sure.
Well, I finally got to the two movies that I wanted to get to with Marvel, and I think my decision's out there now.
Okay.
The best all around movie. We haven't got to it yet, but I still think I think you're right. I think Endgame. Like after like the first like 19 movies and you get to Endgame, it means a lot more.
It does.
But my favorite one is Guardians 2.
Guardians 2. Okay.
Yes. I have so much fun with that movie, and it makes me laugh, and I don't know, Thor, right? Like we just watched Ragnarok, and it's
so good.
It's so good, and it's like the reinvention. Like they knew that like something wasn't working here. The first two are too serious. Like
they are.
We need to make it a little bit because I'm not a big fan of the Hulk, but I love him in that movie.
Of Jeff Goldblum,
yeah,
great.
And they just kind of were like, this is a ridiculous character. Let's make him ridiculous, basically.
And the use of the immigrant song,
yeah,
it works, man. Yeah. It just works. Like when that fucking, because I think it's at the beginning of the movie. But yeah, then right now I decided to watch Pulp Fiction. So
yeah,
and
it's not a bad choice.
Yeah, they're at Quentin Tarantino's house right now. So
it's the best scene out of the whole movie.
You know, in trying to look at all that, there's so many of them.
Well, that's the problem too, is that like I say that, but then I have a million other scenes.
The Butch stuff is definitely the worst.
Yes.
But
I usually skip the taxi cab scene.
Yeah, as well you should. But Christopher Walken scene though, fucking awesome. I love that scene. But the whole first scene where they're just driving and he's talking about what shit was like in where was he? What's it called?
Who, Walken?
No, with Travolta. Where was he?
Oh, he was in France, right? In France, Paris?
No, he was in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah, all that whole conversation is great. And then then he goes out in the hallway and they're fucking talking about like, yeah, but would you rub another man's feet? Mm-hmm. That whole scene's awesome. Like everything's good.
Oh, it's that. I mean, I was laughing about something, and I was doing that that thing on Instagram, the movie challenge, and I was like, I know what I want to put, but it's too vulgar. And Abby's like, what? And I was like, the whole like sticking your tongue in the holiest of holies. Wait, no, he's like rubbing a bitch's feet and sticking your tongue in the holiest of holies ain't the same fucking thing. It ain't the same fucking league. It ain't even in the same fucking ballpark.
But then he convinces them by the end. He's like, I guess you have a point.
Yeah. But as you could probably tell, other than that, man, like I'm having so much trouble with everything. Like I know it's Groundhog Day, but things seem to
Are you back at work?
Yeah, and so like I'm back at work, and then it's
like literally going into work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's go when I get home, and then like I realize that I've missed
because they've been fucking sitting there all day.
Yeah. And then I realized that it was a month since I've watched wrestling just because I took a break, but Money in the Bank's happening. So like I'm trying to piece it together, and then by that point it's 1 a.m, and I haven't even fucking edited any podcasts or any videos, and then I just go to bed.
Right. So, I just watched some NXT last night because I want to watch this Gargano Ciampa match.
Yeah.
That I haven't watched yet.
I haven't watched that one either.
I hate empty arena wrestling. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch Money in the Bank, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch Money in the Bank because it's my second favorite one. But like, I am able to fast forward, and I do only watch.
It's your second favorite one?
Well, sorry, it's one of my. It's not my second favorite one. I didn't mean to say that. It's one of my favorite ones because the Rumble's still my favorite.
It's probably my favorite that isn't the top one. Isn't the 4?
Yeah, okay. I guess that's because I don't really care about any other ones other than that one.
No, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But of the big 4 have to be the top 4 probably.
The,
Maybe not Survivor Series.
Yeah, I would take Money in the Bank over Survivor Series.
Sometimes Survivor Series is fucking awesome though.
Yeah.
They just haven't done that. So SmackDown versus Raw thing doesn't work.
No, they need to stop that.
But before that, it used to work. It used to be when it was Bad Blood, it worked. So.
But I did have the time to watch one movie in particular. And do you know what that movie is?
Did you Instagram it and I didn't fucking look?
Oh no, I was hoping you'd say Malachi.
Oh, Children of the Corn was born.
Yeah.
Twisted ass ways.
Yeah.
Now you look amazed.
Oh.
I didn't really listen to that song today.
Oh, well, I completely forgot about that song. So when you brought it up, I was just like, that's a good fucking pick, though. But yes, I watched Children of the Corn.
And Frank was so good at last time at telling me how fucking wrong I was about everything with Candyman.
Yeah.
That we decided, we knew he was a Stephen King fan, first of all. Probably the biggest Stephen King fan I know.
Yes.
As far as he's read.
Oh, yeah, he's actually
pretty much all of the books.
He's actually read all of them.
Yeah, since he was in high school, he's been a huge fan.
Yeah.
But he's also he's intuitive when he watches movies, so we figured let's have him back. Let's get his takes. And this movie isn't as complicated as Candyman.
It is not at all.
But we do have some disagreements still.
Yes.
So yeah.
Why don't you hit me with an Outlander?
Outlander.
Why don't you hit me with
Outlander?
Why don't you hit me with
Outlander?
So Children of the Corn. We all watched it.
Yes.
My first point, awesome special effects. Loved it. Yeah.
All right, we're going to get to that because I want to know what you're talking about.
You know, when Grant said, "All right, we're gonna watch," what about Children of the Corn? Because he gave me a few things. He was like, "What about watching all the I Know You Did Last Summers?" And I was like, "Fuck no."
I was so surprised because it wasn't like a well maybe or like okay. It was just no, and like I just looked down at my phone and just started laughing, and I was like, "Okay,
I don't know, Scott."
I just don't fucking want to watch all that I Know You Did Last Summer. But then you were like, "What about Children of the Corn?" And I was like, "That's."
Uh-oh.
Is Malachi there?
I know, right?
Is there children in your basement?
It's a little scary. I'm a little scared right now, if I'm being honest. So you were like, all right, Children of the Corn. I was like, okay, that sounds great because it's been a long time since I watched it. So then right before I started watching it, I really thought about it. I was like, what do I remember about this movie? Because, it's been a while. Like, it's been a long while. And so I was like, the two things I remember is that fucking kid Isaac is the greatest public speaker I've ever seen for a kid. Like, he's amazing.
And he looks 35 years old. If you actually stare at that kid.
I know. It's really strange because there's a Children of the Corn 666 or something like that. It's Isaac's Return.
Yeah.
And he looks the fucking same 25 years later.
Well, he was like 26 at the time.
Oh, really?
Was he
Like,
really?
well, yeah, you can kind of tell. Like, while you look at his face, like he has like I think it's people who have like kidney disease or something like that. They look a lot younger than they actually are.
Okay.
So yeah, he was a lot older than the rest of the kids.
Okay, so and then the only other thing I remember is Outlander.
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest thing was the
Malachi.
redheaded kid, like
He just goes
Malachi.
off with it.
That's what I always remembered, But he
Those
said
are the
Outlander a
things.
lot.
Yeah.
Those are the two things I remember, and then of course the third thing is that Linda Hamilton's in it because that's my mother-in-law's name.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's like Terminator 2. Is it 2?
Oh, so yeah, well, all the Terminators.
Yeah, all the Terminators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
not
I've
Salvation.
never really seen any. I've never seen any past 2.
Oh.
Oh no, I have. I've seen Genesis. It's okay.
Yeah, but this was like the realm of the first Terminator. This was pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they could have put her in better shorts than the nice little, little khaki
the one
shorts,
that comes up around her stomach.
I agree. All right, so let's get right into it.
The singing scene, I don't know.
Oh, the singing scene's fine.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Just real quick, I do have. It was directed by Fritz Kirsch, off a budget of $800,000, and it made $14 million altogether.
Okay.
I remember I watched it a whole lot when I was a kid. I saw that movie plenty of times.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't really hold up. I think it seemed a lot better then than it does now. I'm not saying it's bad now.
I think it's awesome. I actually really enjoyed it, except some of the special effects.
Yeah.
Little rough, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I'm not one of my favorite movies is Dawn of the Dead, which has questionable special effects. I think it's a very spectacular story. Yeah.
But these special effects were almost charming in a way. Like, bad special effects can be charming.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I don't even think I noticed the bad special effects.
What do you guys? Are you talking about? Are you talking about the end?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what the majority of special effects are there. I mean.
Okay, because I thought you meant the opening. Because I was like, when all the fucking people get murdered, it's pretty good.
No, I thought.
I mean, there's some blood splatter and all that, but I don't think there's a lot of special effects there. Even with the hand cutter scene, you don't actually see anything; you just see the splatter.
Yeah.
But it felt violent.
Yeah.
It felt violent, but it's kind of like Psycho. It's like you knew it was happening, but you didn't actually get to see it. It was just kind of implied,
Yeah.
It's like the shower scene. You never see the lights go in.
Because Isaac's kind of there from the corner, and then fucking Malachi's over there playing pinball, and you're just like, hey, that's just a kid playing pinball.
I'm like, that's a dude by Stand Like Me. You sit in my house.
So, all right. So, starting. It starts off from the narrator's point of view.
Yes.
Yeah, Joby.
Okay.
Yes. The young kid.
And I want to say one thing mentioned, just because it's first. When they first showed the church, I thought the church seemed dilapidated then. Because the paint was peeling and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But then all of a sudden they had people come out of it, because I thought they were already showing, what had happened afterwards. They were already showing some of the decay of the church. But then it looked just like the people came out, I was like, okay, that's just how it normally is. It's just they don't take care of that church anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, the town of Gatlin is not that nice.
No.
No.
So yeah, it comes up, and it's 3 years ago, he was the only kid in church, and his sister had a fever, right? And then Flash, it kind of goes to, I think he might have even been in church, or they're sitting at a diner.
Yeah, with his father.
And his father goes to call his mom to check on his sister because they're worried. And his mom's like, oh, she's fucking drawing crazy pictures, and her temperature went from 99 to 110.
Yeah.
and it's not good, basically. These pictures don't look good.
Nope.
And Grant, you do this. You're probably better at than me. You usually do it. I'll just chime in.
No, so then they, I got to see where I'm at in the notes now then. Kid sister isn't feeling well. And then right when the dad's on the phone, you realize that everyone has been poisoned at the same fucking time. But before all this, when they walked into the diner, there's a lot
of coffee poured at that exact moment, huh?
There is.
They picked the right fucking moment.
Yeah. So
it's right after church, everyone makes coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and who was the person that put the poison in the coffee? I couldn't tell that.
I guess one of the waitresses must have been under 19 or 18.
I guess so, but I mean, at 19, you're fucked.
Because at one point, when they all started pulling out the weapons, you could see one of the waitresses pulled out a weapon. So I assuming that was the same girl who poisoned the coffee.
Well, they also, I mean, the said children, they doubled down on this death thing because at the same time, like, they had to have a meeting, and he was like, and Isaac was like, Malachi, what do we do? And Malachi says something fucking stupid. I fucking hate Malachi, by the way. And then he's like, why don't we
I
poison the
respect
coffee?
Malachi because Malachi's the thing I remember the most about the movie, even like 30 years later.
He's acting his ass off. He's going for it here, man.
Oh yeah, the Overlanders shit. But I remember him. Like he made an impression of as my young brain. He made a damn impression,
But yeah,
He does.
So they're like, hey, why don't we just poison the coffee? And Isaac's like, that's not good enough. They're like, I don't know why they're choking. Fucking slit their throat. And he's like, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good when you're 19.
My question is this: like, and ironically, Courtney Gaines was 19 when that movie came out. So that was his real age. Malachi, the actor. Yeah.
He was 19.
Yeah. I remember, like, he was like in Back to the Future, Can't Buy Me Love. He was like, he's been in a lot of shit, But the thing
he reminds me of the Shermanator, though, from American Pie a little.
Yeah. I mean, but probably just because he has red hair, nerd,
And from Bobby Budnick's season 1 of Salute Your Shorts, before when he has like the bangs and he's not nearly as cool when he comes back, and Dina's actually kind of into him. All right, go on.
I'm happy you pulled the name out.
Well, so here's my question about the mass murder, because apparently all this mass murder happened all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How big was that town? Because like the number of kids, I mean, what was there? Maybe like 40, 50 kids?
It was that.
Yeah. So what? They killed all the adults all at once. Like how many adults were in this town?
Except just one.
Yeah. Except the old man.
Well,
Yeah.
So was there only 40, 50 adults? I mean, that's a really fucking small town.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think people just stayed away after that, or they disappeared, like what was going to happen to our young stars as they approach Gatlin.
and what do they do with all the cars in the town? I mean, the only car I saw besides the couple's car was the old man's truck that he was trying to fix.
Maybe the old man takes care of it.
All the storefronts, all the cars were gone.
Yeah,
so I think Malachi just drive them out of town.
You would think that you would have the cars there to at least show some sort of normalcy to people that are driving through.
Yeah, but they shoved corn in everything to make like even when the couple's car was there, they stuffed corn in it.
Yeah, corn shows up fucking everywhere in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the only idea I have is that they're so far out there that nobody really goes through it.
Yeah, I mean, true. I grant that. Yeah.
So yeah, then so everybody gets fucking murdered, and I love this opening scene because the death, like, it's just all of a sudden just everybody's fucking bleeding everywhere.
Within minutes, like it's just shit has gone down.
Yeah,
and you got a clairvoyant sister that's just drawing pictures, fever pitch pictures. Yeah. The kid they left alive, even though you could tell they didn't like him, especially what's his name?
What, Frank's boy?
Malachi,
yeah.
Yeah, he was out giving him the fucking evil eye from the pinball machine. But yeah. And then it just flashes to Linda Hamilton.
3 years later, or it says present day, I guess.
Yeah, present day. So
yeah. So then we see Linda Hamilton just do that little dance and the singing
which I thought was very sexy.
I did
very
too.
Well done.
And she started to show a little bit of shoulder, but then she didn't, and there's no payoff.
There's no payoff.
Yeah.
She's making him work for it.
She kissed him too much, though, for him just waking up. Is what I'm saying about that.
Well, I mean, as we learn, she's trying to get him to commit. I think she wants to get married.
She is, but it can't be good. She does it over and over. They kiss too much throughout the movie. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it seemed like he kind of came off as kind of like an asshole, too. I didn't like him that much.
You like him by the end, I think, or at least I did.
I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of saves the day at the end, not even her.
He just woke up. He was like, fuck, man.
Yeah. He didn't wake up in the entire movie. He was kind of taking the entire movie.
Not really. I mean, he was like...
Well, like, what was she like? They were getting ready to leave town, and like, I mean, I'm skipping ahead here, but like, they were getting ready to go, town. But he's like, he saw a door open for a second, so I'm going to stop at this house. She didn't want to. He's like, no, I'm going to go stop here. And then, like, they should have just kept going. They would have been fine.
But he was about to be a doctor. He let her know that this was a different time. Even though it says present day.
Yeah, this is present.
It was really 1984.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you guys notice when they were driving, there is a copy of Night Shift on the dashboard, also written by Stephen King.
Did not notice that. But.
Yeah. And then, the kid starts narrating again. I don't remember what he says, but now he is part of the group. He is among the children of the corn.
By the way, that kid was in the Monster Squad.
Huh.
Yeah. If you've seen that movie, random, but
I want to make it.
I watch it all the time. It's like a twice a year movie for me.
I think that I'm going to make a little jingle that just says Frank's Fun Facts, and then we're going to like cut to that before you drop something like that.
Well, because I was looking at IMDb, they're talking about like they're saying quotes.
Oh, so you cheated? Okay.
Well, no, I didn't know it. I mean, offhand, no, but they had like quotes from his movies as like Monster Squad. Remember, like one scene, like they talk about like that his sister is like, like I guess they thought like she had to be a virgin, all that, and like they tried to do something with her.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, that one guy he doesn't count, and they're like, he doesn't count, So,
all right,
yeah, same kid from that one. No, I don't have that kind of knowledge like memorized. Monster Squad.
I was positive when I saw Monster Squad for the first time that the main kid, I don't remember his name, being honest with you.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was the main kid from Ernest Scared Stupid. If you put those two kids together on a side by side, I'm telling you, it's pretty close, but it wasn't the same kid.
The boy, what's his name? Joby?
It's Job, but they call him Joby. Like Job from the Bible.
I don't know anybody's name in this whole
thing. It takes such a long time to figure out names.
Yeah.
It took me for fucking ever.
He finds out that one of the kids is trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. He has his briefcase packed and he's leaving. He's gonna make a fucking run for it. And he thinks no one knows this is happening. Right. Of course, who fucking knows this is happening?
Everybody probably, but at least Malachi.
Yeah, it's Malachi again. This fucking guy.
Well, Malachi killed him, but I heard like sound like voices and laughter is coming from the corn. So it's like. Did the he who walks behind the rows, did he let Malachi know, or did Malachi just discover him? Because it didn't sound like Malachi laughing when the kid was trying to run away.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing that since the he who walks behind the rows, he's kind of around the entire cornfield. I would think, so he would see him.
Yeah, and I have some points to make about the Stephen King short story, kind of related to that we'll talk about afterwards.
Which I did make a note. When they say "cross your heart, hope to die," and then they put the stick and needle in your eye, I feel like that's a very King thing that was probably in the book or in the story.
There was some eye damage.
No, just the kid saying that. Yeah. It sounds like something that he'd write that they would say.
Yeah, well, I didn't reread the entire Stephen King story, but I read a synopsis of it.
Yeah,
and there was some eyeball damage. Let's just put it that way.
It doesn't sound like good eyeball damage, Frank.
Though
it's a good eyeball damage. It's got to be pretty negative.
Can I talk about the music? Did you guys notice this music every time like something bad was going to happen?
The synthesizer music. I mean,
the I don't even know what it's called. The like demonic music. They're like,
oh yes, yeah,
oh yeah.
I liked it.
Oh, I did too.
That's a good cameo dispatcher for me. Where it's like, but it felt like Damien was about to come with the Omen or something like that, right? Yeah. It felt really like devilish.
Yeah, it felt more sinister.
More so when they dragged her out of the house and all that.
I mean, every time something happens like the bad, and usually Malachi's fucking doing it. It goes into the.
Yeah, I think I noticed it the most though, like when they came in and dragged her out of the house, after she saw Sarah draw the picture.
Oh yeah, shit gets real when that happens.
Yeah,
but the other thing too is that we never really find out what this thing is, so it could be a demonic. I don't know.
And we did find out that Gatlin is in Nebraska.
Yes, yes.
Because I didn't remember that, if I'm being honest.
They're so the lovely couple, they're too busy checking a map, and they fucking bulldoze a kid in the middle of the road.
Well, but he was standing straight up, right?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck? Malachi is some sort of sorcerer.
Yeah, it was weird. I was very confused. I thought it was another kid until I realized it was the same kid that was just killed. So I don't know how he did that.
Me neither. But wasn't like
apparently he wasn't dead. Apparently he was his throat was slit, but he was like still living and he was like stumbling out. That's what the guy said. Like Bert, that's what he said. Is like he was like like on his last leg stumbling out there. He would have died, but like so he had his throat slit. He stumbled out to the road and they killed him.
I am almost positive Bert said he died before it.
No, I think he said he was cut before, but he walked out to the road. Because otherwise, if he was dead, he wouldn't be standing.
I think Malachi is a sorcerer.
I seriously doubt that.
I'm going to go with Brad on this one.
Against Isaac.
Until you show me fucking proof, Frank, I'm going with Brad. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to have to go, I'll have to watch the movie again.
But I like how you're just giving me like things that probably happened, and Brad's just like sorcery. It's like, yeah, that's correct.
But
because that's more plausible.
Frank's gonna get off here, and he's gonna be sitting there like fast forward, like I know where to find this. Oh, he's gonna be sitting there for 40 minutes trying to find it. He's gonna fucking sit there, record it with his phone. I'm gonna get a text. I'm gonna be like, I don't care anymore. And I'm just gonna put my phone back down.
Because Malachi was not the supernatural one at all. It was Isaac.
Yeah,
I'm not. But Isaac wasn't around for that. It was all Malachi. I'm just saying.
But he had no powers. He just thought he was hot shit.
He thought. Are you kidding me? He fucking ran that group.
He did.
He was he got bitch slapped by. This is going to the end of the movie. But he got bitch slapped.
Yeah.
He's about to cry. Yeah.
But what he did do.
That's skipping ahead, but still.
Well, he finds the fucking kids playing Monopoly.
Hold on, Frank. I have the quote here.
Oh.
Bert says he believes he stumbled out of the road already dead.
Well, if he's stumbling, he can't be already dead. He could be dying.
But he fucking said already dead, Frank.
You can't stumble and be dead unless you're a zombie.
But he said already dead. I think that what he's saying is there's some sort of sorcery going on here.
So your thing is like he was a zombie at that point. Is that what you're positing?
No. Sorcery is different than zombies.
I'm saying Malachi.
You're saying Malachi killed him and made him stumble around as a dead person to be hit by a car.
Honestly, I expected Malachi to have propped him up in some sort of fashion and put him there, but there wasn't anything there. No. Honestly, it just didn't make sense. I think they just fucked up in the script.
Yeah.
I think it's
the way I took it is he was injured.
You know how you took it.
He was dying, and then he got hit by a car. He was no sort of magical force.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Bert, who is a fucking ER doctor, because he said that he was already dead when he stumbled out there.
Yeah.
How would even an ER doctor know if someone is stumbling? How it's like that guy's walking, but he's dead.
I think that he was saying that he was being helped by Malachi. He didn't know that yet.
Do we think
he didn't hit Malachi?
Do we think
if he was being helped by Malachi on the road, Malachi would be hit too?
Do we think Bert's trying to cover his ass and be like, "Well, he was already dead before I hit the kid"?
It's questionable.
That's maybe. I'll go with that more than Brad's. I mean,
I don't know about that.
I'm just making up the Malachi thing, but he did say that he was already dead, and he looked fucking. I mean, he did look dead. I mean, it looked like he was dead.
Yeah.
So I figured Malachi had put him out there in some fashion, but it just didn't make sense. It's like he would have had to have posted him up in some way. That's why I figured he was like, I don't know. I don't know how the hell he did it, but he did look. I don't know.
Sorcery.
Or maybe Malachi just threw him the fuck out there at the right time because he has superpowers.
Malachi's just waiting for that car. He's like, whoop!
Yeah. And it just happened to be like that perfect, like he was coming down, like, and just. All right.
Malachi wants to draw attention. He wants the Outlanders to come up. He says, Outlander.
I mean, he wasn't really trying to. It's been a while since I've had an Outlander.
Okay, moving on.
I mean, they do really strange things. They're like finally we have an Outlander. Decorate their car with corn. Like, I mean, it is strange the shit that they do.
So they are playing Monopoly, or the group of children, the nice ones, the ones that really don't want to be involved in all the devil shit. They're playing Monopoly, and then fucking Buzzkill shows up. Buzzkill is who?
Malachi.
I love children.
They and then I think they cut back. I don't know who finds it, but it cuts back to I think Linda Hamilton opening the case and finding a piece
That's
of
what I have her down as every time. I never got her fucking name. This is Linda Hamilton.
They find a piece of crucified corn. And this seems to be like a thing throughout the whole movie is the crucified corn.
Which
I think her name was Vicky, by the way.
I thought that looked cool.
It does.
Vicky, by the way.
Is it Vicky?
Pretty sure.
Vicky and Bert? Bert and Vic?
Vicky and Bert.
And then so they are leaving still. They're trying to get the fuck out of there. And they stop at a mechanic, like a gas station.
Like a gas station, but he's like, I don't fucking have any gas.
He's like, I don't
have a phone.
He's like,
I don't have anything.
He's like, bitch, I don't want to get you. I don't want your gas. I want your phone.
He's like, if you come to Gatlin, everybody's gonna hate you.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, just like
hate you right away.
But basically, the way like Isaac said it, like, so basically they were used to this guy because they needed like his gas and his oil and shit like that for some reason.
Yeah.
But if you were this guy, why wouldn't you just leave? It's like, hey, there's a whole bunch of kids killing all the adults here. You know,
I think it's harder than that, Frank.
Is that why he's trying to fix the truck so bad that he needed that truck out of there because that's the only truck he had?
I don't know because Bert and Vicky end up getting lost in Gatlin. They can't get out of there.
I think Isaac is so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, like a
charismatic.
Charismatic. Yes, thank you. He's so charismatic. I think he convinced the old man. I know this is another maybe far out thing here, but I think that he convinced the old man of like, hey, you're our, he gave him a sense of power, a sense of pride of being like something.
Well, I got the impression that he didn't like him. I mean, obviously he didn't like him after he killed his dog, but I got he didn't really like him beforehand. He kind of feared them. But he was, like I said, like, I didn't tell him anything. You know, I kept up my end of the bargain,
Nobody thinks Malachi. Nobody. Not even Malachi.
Yeah.
You could tell.
So Bert and Vicky, they're like, "Fuck you, man," and they leave. It's like, if you're gonna be a dick about the phone, we're gonna go ahead and take off.
And he's like, "Well, you need to go to the next street, fucking town,
next street over." And so they leave.
17 miles.
And then that's when you can tell something's going on.
And that town comes back and still in corn too.
In what?
Because some of the surviving kids get shipped off to there. They get adopted to that neighboring town.
Uh-huh. And
the shit follows them. So, in case we ever do that one, I'm sure we'll do that one next.
Okay.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen.
But this is when we start to figure out something's going on because that old man, he's standing there and he's just looking. He's looking. The dog starts barking.
Starts hearing sounds. He knows what's coming.
Yeah, the sky just like speeds up all of a sudden.
That's when you kind of get the impression that, you know what, these kids, like, they're acting fucking crazy, but they actually are following a real thing that's like, it's not just a normal cult. They're actually following something that's a real, like, demonic thing. It actually exists. Mm-hmm. So, like, they're not making this shit up. There actually is something evil that they're following. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they shove his fucking dog into an engine.
Yeah, Frank, another dog.
Yeah, man.
Sorry,
I'm
dude.
sorry.
Yeah, like, the next movie we do, let's try not to have any dead dogs.
There goes Lassie.
Do you want to do an episode about Lassie?
I don't know.
Yeah, Old Yeller. I mean, Old Yeller's a good movie, though. Just the ending's sad.
So no Fly, Eagle Fly, the Michael Vick story?
No Michael Vick, please.
Is that real? Is that what it's really called?
No. I don't know. I just made that up.
Do you want to make that movie?
No, I don't want to go interview people.
If you make that movie, then I'll watch it.
So then we finally get to hear the great Isaac speak as a mini preacher. That I wrote down God, but I realized it's not God, right? That God came to him in a dream.
I have a little bit before this. Still.
Okay.
I put that the signs are confusing them.
Oh yeah, shit! I skipped that.
And basically, the guy told him, like I kind of said, tells him to go away. Basically, no one in Gatlin will help. He has no gas, etc. They killed the lieutenant's dog. It was Malachi again. And they killed them too. And I put the couple is getting frustrated with the street signs, and they end up driving through the corn, basically snapping at each other because they're no matter what they would keep driving, and they were getting farther away from Gatlin, but they were getting closer because it was like 3 miles and it was 2 miles.
Yeah,
and they stopped seeing signs for their place, and then somehow they started driving through the corn, which was a little bit confusing to me. Like, why you would be like, well, this seems logical, but that's all right.
It's confusing to me too. Is like normally I don't think they would want people to go to Gatlin, right? They want people to avoid Gatlin.
You would think, but maybe
do they want these people to go there because like the little girl saw them?
Like we said earlier, maybe they were like, Malachi was like, it's time for an Outlander. I don't know,
but I don't think they would have thought that. But they knew the girl because Malachi they took the little kids to Isaac, so maybe they knew that she could see things, so they thought that they knew the Outlanders were coming. But then would they have had time to go out there and fuck with the signs to try to mess with them to make them go? Did they want them to go to Gatlin at that point?
Right, we would only be assuming at that point, but they ended up right back where they started at the gas station again, and that's when what's the guy's name?
Bert
Bert got mad. He was just like, "Fuck it, I'm going to Gatlin." These people are gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
One thing I thought was like, it took them way too long to think something was fucked up with that town.
Yeah. With nobody being in it.
All you think, there's corn in everything. There's no cars. You go to and everything you're building.
Hold on, you're going ahead, Frank. You're moving far too far ahead here.
Now, what am I skipping here?
Isaac.
Yeah.
Now, Grant. Now you go with Isaac.
Isaac's speaking, and as a mini preacher, and he said that I wrote God, but we find out it's not God. Came to him in a dream and told him to fucking bury the kid. Is what I took from it. That tried to escape. Even though we know that didn't happen, but he said
that He said that they would send Outlanders among us, a man and a woman, and then they also seem to worship the Blue Man, which is a skeleton in a cop uniform.
Yeah, I didn't really get that part either. Like, why the cop?
Is a reference? I'll tell you now. Is a reference to the original short story.
Oh, okay.
It comes back later though, and like there was a little flashback later, I think, right there. Okay,
I don't remember.
I said that's part of the short story. So
okay, yeah, and then then we get to Bert and Gatlin, and the kids are just they're goofing with them. That's what they're doing. They just keep showing up and following them, but not doing anything.
It's almost like a Three Stooges thing. Like they're like popping their heads out of here and they're fucking popping their heads out of there. It's like a Scooby Doo episode.
But you're right.
I thought they were trying to get him to follow. Is what I got, because like they're like, they showed up and then he was chasing them and they ran through a side street. So like I thought they were trying to get him to follow them, at least at the beginning of it.
Yeah,
it kind of seemed like that.
And then they end up in a random house because I guess just walking into people's houses is okay when you can't leave a fucking town.
Yeah, they tried the coffee shop first, and there was nothing in there, but it was
corn,
a house, and there was some corn, and there was it was obviously all dilapidated and fucked up because for years.
That was my point. Like, to me, they would figure out way earlier. Like, we just need to leave this town. Like, this town is abandoned. But no, like you said, they're like, okay, this place is abandoned. This store is abandoned. We're just going to go into random houses now because remember they were getting ready to go back on the highway because they figured the town was abandoned. But he saw a door pop open. He's like, okay, now I'm going to go investigate this house.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
She don't want to do it, but they're like, okay, we're going to go in there. No one answers when they knock on the door, so they just walk in. Then he decides to just leave her there, alone because he said it's safe to be here with this little kid, and I'm gonna go walk to the city hall. To me, I think they make a lot of lapses in judgment. Yeah, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and when they walk to the house, they even see like a TV guide, and the woman Linda Hamilton even mentions like this is 3 years old, so that which was a nice touch.
Yeah.
And then, they go upstairs because they hear something upstairs, and they find this little girl who they apparently didn't hear before, but she was listening to fucking records up there, like in a deserted town, in an empty house.
You would hear
a record player.
Yeah.
Just saying, Linda Hamilton.
Are we here to say how much we like the movies, or are we just here to nitpick all the fucking mistakes they made?
a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I did the song that she was listening to, "Runaway." Mm-hmm. Fucking love that song.
Was it Del Shannon?
Yeah.
I I didn't even notice that.
See, there's a positive, Frank.
Yeah, movie just went up like 10 points.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that song.
But we do see that the girl. We see all the drawings there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least.
I mean, drawings.
I mean, I think we've seen them, but maybe Linda Hamilton sees them for the first time.
She sees the first time, but she doesn't think much of him until she asks her, "Can I draw a picture of you?"
Yeah.
And Linda Hamilton says, "Well, sure, dear."
Well,
Why
I
do you
think
sound like the old woman from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Oh,
I
like
me
yeah.
too, but
I
Linda
noticed
Hamilton
too,
did
like
sound-
when Bert walked through the house, he saw the drawings, and there was pictures of like people
there
with
was-
knives and all that shit,
Yeah.
and he didn't blink. You know,
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, nice pictures," and he just walked out. You know,
Bert, for being a doctor, and just think about it, he did just hit somebody standing in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, not the most observant guy.
no.
Well, when you're dealing with sorcery, what are you supposed to do?
And
There was no sorcery.
So they hold on. Okay, they want to go get Isaac. They want to go to Isaac. She is scared of him. They separate. Why? Well, that doesn't make sense to me. Can you help me?
Do what?
My notes don't make sense to me. It says they want to go to Isaac. She's scared of him. Oh, they want to go see Isaac because they ask who's in charge.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, Isaac is. So they want to go see him, but they separate.
Mhm.
And he goes to town hall, and she stays with the girl.
Well, that's what Bert. Remember, Bert told her, like I said, like he told her, "You stay here. It's safe with her."
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
definitely safe here.
Yeah, yeah. So he just leaves on his own.
House with the little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the children come and get her though. They want Linda
Right.
Hamilton and they fucking get her. They bum rush the shit out of her. And then I think the music starts.
Wait
I
a
think
minute.
you're right.
But before that, though, she shows her a picture of her bleeding.
Yeah, like right before. Yeah, like she shows her that, and then like she hears the noise, and she sees Phil come with all the farming.
Bert goes to the school and it's trashed. And then meanwhile, Malachi and his cronies that put shared out are outside of the house. Meanwhile, inside the picture, the little girl draws pictures of Linda Hamilton. Doesn't show it. Malachi says, "We want to give you a piece," and they go after her and take her away.
Mm-hmm.
They want to give you peace. We want to give you peace, is what he says. That's what they're going to give Linda Hamilton.
I don't buy it.
Shows her bleeding. Me neither.
I don't believe Malachi.
No.
So Malachi brings Linda Hamilton back to Isaac. Guess what Isaac says?
What does Isaac say?
He says he is not pleased with Malachi.
Nope. You fucking.
And he's not talking about Isaac. He's talking about the fucking thing behind the corn.
Yeah. Because.
Yeah, it's not Isaac who's not pleased. It's the thing that runs behind the corner that's not pleased.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's because that he killed the gas station attendant.
Yeah.
Almost like he's getting a little careless.
He is.
Malachi maybe letting his emotions get the best of him.
My mom.
I did find
used
it.
to say, no, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I did find it intriguing at this point that the movie shifted. Like its focus was not necessarily on Vicky and Bert. It was the power struggle between Isaac and Malachi. All of a sudden, like that was the main thing. It's like they're fighting over who gets control of the thing that walks behind the corn.
My mom would say that Malachi is getting too big for his britches. That's what he's doing.
I would agree.
Yeah. And did you guys?
How do you think they get new britches?
Do what?
How do you think they get new britches?
I don't know. Some of them seem to be wearing like bags, like burlap sacks and shit. So I don't know how they get their clothes.
The old 18-year-olds have to learn how to sew.
Oh yeah. By that point, I guess you're old enough to know that shit. But so I had a question. We cut to Bert at one point during this, and he finds like a fucking drawing of like a dragon, like burning the cornfield or something with Linda Hamilton on the cross. Am I right with that? And what the fuck does that mean?
There was a dragon at one point. I do remember the dragon. I think that's kind of alerts him that she was in trouble.
Okay.
I think it was kind of like that because I think it was just an excuse for the trainers to say, okay, he needs to run back now to realize she's in trouble, so he has to run back and find her.
Mm.
But I don't know how he necessarily correlated saying like, oh, there's a dragon burning a girl to like this girl is Vicky all of a sudden. I think they were taking a leap there, but I think that's what it was supposed to mean. I think the screenwriters had an issue there, and they just added that.
Okay. What the fuck?
Okay, we can go with that. All right, so what's next? So you pleased with Malachi?
Oh, they put her up onto the corn crucifix.
Oh, one thing I didn't get. He starts going into the corn. Why did the corn move him?
When?
I think the corn is alive. It's like it's almost like Evil Dead, where it's like an entity.
That's exactly what it reminded me of. That's exactly what it
I don't
reminded me of.
remember
But
the
I was
scene.
just surprised that it had the respect to move for Bert.
Well, I think it was trying to get him to go in there so it could kill him. I don't think it respected him. I think it was trying to drag him in.
But if corn moved, I'd be like, well, fuck this.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I think any normal person.
I think Bert has proven he's not the brightest.
Yeah.
I think if you're too bright, you got out of there a long time ago.
Yeah.
I would have left Linda Hamilton and just been like, I'll find somebody else. I'm a doctor.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's easy for me.
I think I think the whole thing was that I think all that was like the corn is controlled by the thing that walks behind the rows. I'll just call it a demon because that's what the short story calls it, a demon.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was controlling all that and trying to drag him in.
So then it flashes to they put Vicky on one of the corn crucifixes we talked about earlier. That was real cool looking.
Yeah.
And the fucking kids are chanting "kill,
yeah.
kill,
kill,"
which is fucking awesome.
This is the most like metal scene, like between that and like when the dude just starts carving a pentagram into his shit, and then they start like drinking, or they go to drink his blood, and Bert comes out of nowhere and just is like, I'm an adult. And he like fucking slaps the blood out of the girl's hand and like shoves another kid. And he's just like, what are you guys doing?
It's like he's mansplaining to him,
The whole movie.
Yeah.
Or he's adult explaining to him.
I guess. Yeah. He manhandles these fucking kids. And he's just like, what are your guys' problems? Like, stop.
Yeah.
Until he gets stabbed and then he runs away like a little bitch.
Yeah. I mean, he does get stabbed.
But the kids just sitting there chanting "kill, kill, kill." It was like the fucking Peanuts.
Yeah.
All together at Christmas time, we're sitting there chanting "kill, kill, kill." It was great.
I do want to ask.
I think that's the whole charm of the movie is shown on the corn is the fact that you have these little kids being like little demonic little monsters. I think that's the whole charm of the movie. Like that scene amplifies it, but like that's the whole thing of the whole movie. It's like little children like. All of a sudden, like, you don't expect that. They're supposed to be the innocent ones.
And do we find out why they want to kill or sacrifice or whatever they're going to do to Linda Hamilton? Like, other than her being an Outlander, like, does it make the man who walks behind the rows happy? Like, why are they killing her?
I think that's what he demands.
Like a sacrifice?
Yeah, I mean, we can get more to it, like when I talk about the short story. I mean, like I can tell you the motivation between the short story, but we can talk about that afterwards. Okay. As far as the movie goes, I assume it's the same thing, and it's just like his orders. It's like it's what he's commanded to be done.
Okay,
just like he commanded all the adults of the town to murder.
All right.
So I have here. All right. So Vicky's on the crucifix. Kids are chanting "kill, kill, kill." I put that they were going to drink the birthday boy's blood.
Yeah.
Because he was 19. He goes at him at 19. He goes to him at 19. Mm-hmm. And I put, does that mean they are sacrificed? Which
that's what I figured.
It seems to be that's the case. And I put tons of kids are chasing him and he trips hard as fuck. Is that talking about Bert?
Yeah, Bert trips and guess what stupid motherfucker finds him?
Malachi. He's like, Outlander! Literally, that's what I put here. Outlander and Interloper. He kind of goes between the two.
They switch it up now. They throw in this Interloper word out of nowhere.
Yeah. They surround him, but he gets away after Malachi screams Outlander. Malachi was too busy screaming Outlander.
Yeah, he got out.
Hightailed the fuck out of him.
Yeah, because they had him. He was surrounded. Like, how the fuck did they mess that up?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I have, Malachi has him cornered, but Bert hits him, runs away, runs into
and he hits himself in the head, didn't he too? Like when there was a barn, like Bert hits Malachi, then he turns around and like bangs his head up real hard, and then he's like, "You don't remember that part?"
No, I don't remember that.
It's right before Joby found him. Like they were like in a barn, like Malachi was coming for him, and like he was like waiting behind a wall, and he hits him in the leg or something. And then, like, Malachi hits the ground, and he turns around, and he hits him, and his head hits something right away. Yeah, so he's falling out, and that's where Joby finds him, and they take him to that little bomb shelter with him and Sarah.
Okay. God, you got the names down, man.
I just watched it like 3-4 hours ago.
Oh, okay. And then this is when Malachi this is what you're talking about, Brad. This is when Malachi fucking turns heel on Isaac, and he's just like, fuck you, man. He's like, you know who's really fucking doing this? It's me.
Yeah, You know what? It was like Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like Kevin Nash. He was like, I was really the original member of the NWO. You were like the third member, so you came in here. You were like, it is. It's very much like he turned heel on him, like you said.
Yeah.
But they're both heels, so it's kind of
he's losing touch with the higher one, as well.
Did anybody else feel like bad for Isaac at this point?
Yeah, I did.
Like really, I felt bad for Isaac, even though Isaac was a douche too.
Yeah, I did feel bad for him though.
Yeah.
Malachi let him fucking have it.
Yeah, Malachi and the others turn on Isaac, and the others really turn on him quick. They were just like, you know what? I do like Malachi a little better.
Yeah. Better hair.
Yeah. This is skipping ahead a bit, but like, do you notice like how quickly they turned on Malachi after like Bert beat the shit out of him and bitch slapped him? Like they're like boom.
Yeah,
they're with him.
I mean,
they're a little fickle bunch.
Yeah.
Those damn children of corn, they don't care about anything.
So then, right after this is like one of the best scenes in my opinion, because Malachi's just sitting in the middle of the road screaming at the top of his lungs, Outlander, and holding a knife to Linda Hamilton's throat. Mm-hmm. And it's great because they don't even seem to hear him. Well,
yeah, because they're in the bomb shelter.
Yeah, they're in the bomb shelter.
It's like a total failure.
Yeah. So Malachi's just sitting there screaming, Outlander! Fucking, and nothing happens. It's great.
And obviously his threat, like he didn't kill her, so I was like his threat was for nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they didn't shut the part. He was like, well, okay, I guess we just go home now. He didn't show up, so
that could work. Yeah. Then the kids are starting to wonder, like, man, maybe we shouldn't have fucking trusted.
Like he's like kicking dirt with his shoes. It's like, oh well, let's go home now.
Is he using the wrong term? Are they actually interlopers or are they Outlanders?
Yeah. What do you guys think? Let's think about
Outlander.
And then at some point, fucking, they throw Isaac up on that fucking cross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I put they're going to show him where the clearing is, and the clearing in the corn is. That's what the kids were going to do.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they're back at the corn, like because you said, Malachi his little thing didn't work with the knife at the throw, and Isaac is crucified by the corn, and then one kid is ready for his birthday.
Here's where we get some also special effects here too, though.
What? No, right now I think you just see the thing in the ground.
Celebrate my birthday soon or what?
I'm really ready.
That kid's fucking smiley and ready to go the entire time.
He was so fucking ready. He never got his birthday wish or nothing. Really, he was so ready.
But yeah, this is when we finally see something like come with like.
I put here, I was like, wouldn't you just be like, fuck off, Ronald? This day has become about something else. Like, sorry, I know it was your birthday, and you've been waiting a long fucking time. You didn't see this coming, but there's interlopers here now.
No, Outlander.
Well, bull. Maybe once interloper, once an Outlander.
I just see him being all sad now. Yeah, like he's fucking smiling the whole time, and he goes up and he's like, "It's my turn to be sacrificed." And yeah, the girl literally turns and tells him to go fuck himself. So yeah, we see this shit coming in the ground, and it starts glowing, and it's in the ground first, I feel, and then this like glowing cloud comes over the cornfield, and like fucking eats Isaac. Is the best way to describe it. And
this is at night now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I said, it's night, and Ronald, that's what I named his birthday boy. I put his asking for the Lord to come get him. Seems to have killed Isaac.
Yeah.
By the way, his name is Amos.
No, Ronald's better.
Birthday boy is Amos.
It's either birthday boy or Ronald, this podcast.
It's Amos. I just checked IMDb.
And then the cloud explodes, and Bert goes to make his move, but fucking guess who comes back, Frank?
Malachi.
Isaac comes back.
It was Isaac.
Well, I put Malachi's back, and no one listens to him. But now we also have a demon Isaac, and finally Malachi is going to get his ass his ass kicked. I have shit
and
on the next
Outlander
line.
Comes, and he tells his wife to go, and she just does. Everybody, all the kids are just like, that seems okay.
Yeah, but all of a sudden they're following the adults. They don't care anymore.
So yeah, they all run away. and their idea is to burn the field. Did I jump
Which is
ahead too
apparently
far?
what
Did
they're-
anybody else think of Teen Wolf when you just said that?
What?
Burn the fields? No? None?
burn the fields.
Oh, when they
Yeah.
take off in
When
the
you're done
car.
with that,
It's a play.
burn down the house.
Yeah. There you
The
go.
play.
Yeah.
Good callback. I didn't think about that, but okay.
So they fucking come up with this plan, and the whole time this is starting to get tense too. There's like a fucking
Well-
storm coming.
You know, originally that was originally the cops' plan. They said the man in blue, like the one they strung up.
Yeah,
They said that was his plan. That's what he was trying to do
to burn the
beforehand.
and
Yeah.
And ironically, I looked it up. Like in the movie, like the tanks were labeled Ghastly, and I thought that was weird.
yeah.
I looked up. That's a real thing.
Oh,
I thought it was like something made up, like gasoline mixed with alcohol. It's a real thing they have in farms.
to burn shit.
It's just like a fuel gasohol.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. I thought it was made up. That's why I looked it up.
It sounds like you're drunk and making up a word.
I am drunk, but I'm totally being honest at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
But yeah, so they
So I have here the Outlander comes, tells his wife to go. Now she's lecturing them about killing their parents and listening to Isaac and Malachi. So she's like, shame on you boys and girls. So Malachi tackles him. They fight, kinda. The interloper walks away. Isaac is back and looks like he's
Outlander.
Like, he who walks behind the corn seems to be coming. The blue man tried to stop him before.
Mhm.
The kids give him a passage, and it's a hose to a still.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it's kind of like what you were saying, Frank. They have to burn the fields, of course, and they hook up the hose, but the corn seems to be fighting him now.
it does. And
Kind of like an Evil Dead again.
and he has like the weakest fucking. So he goes and he hooks up this hose.
Yeah, Bert feels like a bitch.
Yeah, and he
But
fucking
he has to be tired at this point.
he makes a Molotov cocktail and he fucking chucks that bitch. And not only is it a shitty throw, but then it lands in the middle of nothing and doesn't even fucking break. And the kid like literally gives him an eye roll, just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And the kid
He
goes
runs
and runs
again.
and gets the bottle.
It's like, throw it right this time, bitch.
Yeah, that's basically what he
Yeah.
said. I think he says like, "Fucking throw it again." Like, do better is what he said.
Yeah, he says do better. He just doesn't say bitch, but that's what he meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I put the kid is suddenly brave, and they got the fire lit. It explodes over and over, and my guess is they are adopting these kids.
Yeah, because I mean, she asked, "Can they stay?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "For a day, for 2 days, a week." It's like that happy ending freeze frame, but you don't get a freeze frame.
You don't.
You
because they had to show the corn in the car.
Yeah. Well, there's the jump scare too from the girl in the car.
Oh yeah, like the girl, like
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
yeah, the girl who was doing like she
Here it
was
is.
doing a little pentagram on Amos. Like
Yeah.
that girl came back because
On Ronald.
she's probably the most dedicated after Malachi. You know.
Oh yeah. I think she's still embarrassed too because she was the one. She was literally about to drink that blood, and he just fucking snatched it out of her hands. It's just like, dude, fucking, what are you doing?
Didn't you feel like the end was really strange, though?
What do you mean? Just
Huh?
that it kind
Didn't you
of
feel like
ended?
the end was like super weird? It was just very sudden.
Honestly, like I watched on like Hulu, so it's like started to stop. But I had to go back in like to make sure I watch it all the way, watch through all the credits because I thought maybe not even do it like an after credit scene because I thought maybe that made some sort of jump scare at the end,
Mhm.
preparing for a sequel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It never happened, but like I was waiting for that, so I thought I was gonna be missing something if I just let it end without trying to check for it.
Yeah.
And they messed with their car so much they had to walk 19 miles to the next.
Well, they put fucking corn in.
Yeah, they had to shove all that corn in there because that's just what they do.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's
their
like,
thing.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
like, you gotta put corn and everything.
It literally looked like they just put a few corn stalks around the engine.
Yeah.
I would have just taken it out and tried to dry the fucker.
Hey, man.
I mean, you can't drive with corn in your engine, man. What the fuck? You know that,
I
don't you?
guess so, but walking 19 miles, they had a tough day.
Yeah. Big tough day.
And it was a little scary out there. But here's my question. Nobody else seems to be worried about this. What happened to our kids?
That's the sequels. And the sequels, all the sequels are based upon kids from this town getting adopted and going out to other places.
We're not
So
talking
that's-
about the sequel, though. We're not talking about the sequel.
Well,
In
that's
this-
your explanation, though.
No, but in this movie ends. They take the two kids, which is nice. But what about all these other fucking kids? They just left them there?
If there was no idea for a sequel, I would say they died in the fire.
Right.
So we'll come back to you for you. Like, we just need to go to this other town. It's like 20 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back. We'll send help.
Unfortunately, you guys corned my car, so it's gonna take me like 2.5 fucking days to that next town. But
It's cool that you guys are nice. It's cool that you guys are being nice to us now. But an hour ago, you're being a dick and corning our car.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't even find that fucking town when he was driving. Good luck walking there, dick.
Yeah. So maybe I do hate Bert.
Bert, you fuck.
Yeah. So every time I do watch this movie, I forget how much I fucking really, really like it, though. After we just spent the last whatever shitting on it, I really do like the movie.
Dude, you can do both at the same time,
Yeah.
That movie, like, literally, I had worked out, so I wasn't working out while I was watching it, which is rare for me. Usually the first 60 minutes of a movie, I'm working out. That first 60 minutes went by in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just flies by.
Yeah.
And it's great, because it's only like an 88-minute movie again.
Yeah.
And it's
quick to the point.
It never slows down.
No.
But one thing I will say, even though you say it's a fast movie, you got to realize, like, the death count of the movie is so low. Like, the only deaths you have the immediate deaths, like at the diner.
Mm-hmm.
You have the little boy on the road. But then the only other deaths you have are a Malachi and Isaac.
No, the mechanic.
Yeah, and the mechanic.
It's
mechanic and the dog.
Man. But right after that mechanic, all of a sudden they're driving through the corn, and that's fucking weird. And then they end up back where they were, and that's always a scary thing to be like, oh shit, we're back where we were. Uh-oh. Everybody has experienced that once in their life and been like, fuck.
Yeah.
I understand, like the main people in the story, you got Bert, you got Vicky, you got
Malachi.
I'm not thinking Malachi. He's
the
main character, but he's not a good guy. You got Sarah and you got Joby. So, like, the four main characters, they're never like nothing's ever really happening to them. I mean, they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're in some danger, but they come out all right.
Yeah, I mean, Malachi's pretty pissed about some things. So things don't look like they're going to go good for him.
But the only person Malachi really ends up like hurting that bad is like he kills the mechanic, the kid in the beginning, and he kills Isaac.
Yeah.
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 So it's like, honestly, like the death count, like you don't lose that many good people. Like
Frank, you lost the whole town at the beginning.
And
well, yeah, but that's like you kind of discount that because like that's like that happens right at the beginning.
Yeah,
like you lose that in like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Are you
like, in a horror movie? Like anything happens in the first 5 minutes, that's like kind of the grabber that gets you into the movie.
Yeah.
But then if nothing else happens,
are you considering the death of Ronald's birthday dreams?
It's true. He was so excited. He was the most excited person of the whole movie.
You have to call him Amos because his name was Amos.
Oh, birthday boy Ronald.
Yeah.
Or Ronald.
His name is Amos. I'm looking at it right now. It's Amos.
BDBR. That's his name.
Richard Amos Deegan. That is his name. Here's the goal. Like, Bert, what's going on here? My passage. It's my birthday. You got pretty sick of celebrating a birthday, pal. I'm reading it right now. IMDb.
He's a cheater, this guy.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the book. Quick synopsis of what we missed or what they missed.
Okay. Well, the basic concept is the same. You got Bert and Vicky.
Yeah. Well, no, it froze when you started telling it.
But can you say Bert and Linda Hamilton?
When Bert and Linda Hamilton, when they're going and when they first go to the house, and she's kind of wanting to leave, but he's not wanting to go to it. Basically, she's like insisting on leaving, but he doesn't want to go. So he locks her in the car, and he goes in the house. And then he comes out. I don't remember why he comes out, But then there's a group of the kids around the car, And so basically they're basically break the windows. They drag her out. And they try to kill him. They stab him, but he gets away, and he stabs another kid in the neck. So he survives, but they drag her away.
Wait a minute. Bert stabs a kid?
Yeah, he stabs a kid in the neck, and that kid dies. But they get her and drag her away. And he asks another kid, where are they taking her? They said, in the clearing in the cornfield. So he goes to the cornfield to look for her, finds her, and here's the part with the severe eye damage. He finds her strung up like on the thing with like corn stalks in her eyes. So she's dead. So she totally dies in the whole thing because they do say it's a demon. Basically, it kind of like swallows up all of the escape routes and it kills him too. So basically, they both die in the book, the short story. But what happens is like the demon is upset at Malachi and Isaac and all that they only killed the girl and they didn't kill Bert. It being 19, when you have to kill yourself, he lowers it a year, so you have to be 18. And so then Malachi and a bunch of other people in the group who are 18, not 19 yet, they have to kill themselves.
Ooh.
And then it says the cornfield is pleased. And that's it.
That's a lot sadder story.
It's dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's got Children of Corn. I think it's called Children of Corn, but
it's not in like a
Stephen King used to publish like things like in like back in those days. It was like a dirty magazine and stuff like that. They used to
okay.
Yeah, that's just how it was back then. Like little horror stories like that were published in those kind of magazines.
Okay. Just know if it was one of those bigger ones. Okay. Everybody like it. I thought that this, like I said, I love like this was probably one of my favorite Stephen King movies. It's not my favorite, but it's certainly up there. It's probably top 3 Stephen King horror movies.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
because
I
like the
movie, but I don't know if I can agree. I get signed off on that.
No,
I don't think so.
I think it is one.
Christine, Pet Cemetery, Cujo,
Misery.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bad Stephen King movies out there, but there's a lot of good ones. You know, I mean, we could agree to disagree.
You might be right. No,
This could be a whole nother episode altogether.
Yeah, I mean, you could really. Yeah.
The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, dude.
Silver Bullet's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
Silver Bullet's a good one. Like, and that's like based upon like a Silver Bullet. Like that book, I think I showed it to you. It's like a really short little 60-page book. I mean, it's not hardly anything.
Corey Haim, man, Gary Busey, can't go wrong. If that's all we got, yeah.
Should we call Matt and ask him how he liked the movie?
No, because Matt is an Outlander.
Outlander.
I did wonder why he switched it up, though. There was one point I was like, wait a minute, why is he calling him? What was it? What was the other one? Interloper. Now, was there a difference? Are they synonymous with one another? That's got my Thoris out.
It could be a drinking game, Outlander. You know.
It really could be.
But you gotta give it to Courtney Gaines. Like he was giving it his all, you know.
Oh yeah. He saw the role of a lifetime and fucking he shot his shot. I guess until next time, go watch or read Children of the Corn.
A movie. Yeah. Go read a movie.
Outlander. Go read a movie.
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gal.